Well, hey, thanks for joining. This is Levi, the founder of UpFresh Kitchen, and this is our launch webinar to get you some more information about this franchise opportunity and get to learn myself as the founder a little bit about our franchise system so that you can walk away from this with more information and a better understanding of this opportunity that we have. The agenda for today is we're going to talk about Meet the Founder, so a little bit about myself, why an UpFresh Kitchen franchise, what is our mission, what type of support and training do we have to offer, what is the investment, and then let's talk about next steps after this webinar. So my name is Levi Barbie. I'm a registered nurse. As I said, I'm the founder and CEO of UpFresh Kitchen. My background is in healthcare administration and nursing. So previously to starting UpFresh Kitchen, I was a nurse manager for one of the local hospital systems over the intensive care and progressive care. And I've really always been a food and fitness fanatic. I'm passionate about helping others, and I want others to see that nutrition is the missing piece to meeting their goals, whether that be to live a healthier lifestyle, to improve some health factors that they have, or even to improve their performance and the way they look and feel on a daily basis. I'm a husband and father of two boys, and I started this concept in 2017 after really seeing a huge need in our community and seeing that there wasn't a lot of options out there, and especially options that were of high quality. So I wanted to do this to be able to combine my passions along with knowing that this is something that a lot of people need and want, and to give people like yourself the opportunity to provide a future for yourself while doing something that is both rewarding in many ways, financially and otherwise. So why an UpFresh Kitchen franchise? We have an established brand with a reputation for quality. So when our customers come to us, the biggest thing that they say about us is that the quality and the taste of our food is second to none. And part of my business model from the beginning, and kind of a motto that I say, is that if it doesn't taste good, it doesn't matter. So in order to retain our customers, we have to provide a high quality, consistent meal that tastes great so that they're coming back every week, and we make eating healthy easy. Our business model has multiple robust revenue streams. So it's not just a one trick pony. You have meal prep, you have our restaurant service if you choose to do our full service model, and we'll get to our different franchise models in a bit. We also have catering, our offsite sales through our grab and go coolers and community partner pickup locations. There are lots of revenue streams to be able to grow your business in your territory. We have lower startup costs than other concepts, especially concepts with similar revenues. So our startup cost relative to our revenue is very, very good. We're going to get thorough training and support from an experienced team from the moment you sign your franchise agreement. So you're going to have startup assistance, including site selection, build out specs of your space, pre-opening and ongoing training, as well as on-site support at your location for your grand opening. One of the things that sets us apart is our industry-leading technology tools that keep our operations smooth and reduce labor costs. So I'd like to give an example of this. One of this is our proprietary technology that helps us with our food ordering. So as you may have received an email from me, when you inquired, one of the things that is very unique about us is that for our meal prep business, which is a huge percentage of our sales and the largest line of revenue, we get paid for our meals before we ever have to purchase ingredients. And part of our technology that allows us to reduce waste is that figuring out what foods you need to order as simple as the click of a button. So we have done all the research and development to figure out how much food products you need based on the quantity and the distribution of meals that you sell, be able to order that food and see precisely how much you need with the click of a button so that you're not calculating and making mistakes on how much food to order. We have attractive operating hours and reasonable staffing needs. So a lot of restaurants and food service businesses struggle with keeping staff, but we do not because there's no working till 3 o'clock in the morning, like a lot of bars and other, restaurant concepts and food service concepts that require them to work, to the wee hours of the morning. And last but certainly not least, the opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a concept that is built for the future. We're always looking for what does the customer want next. So a good example of that is a plethora of ways to get our meals. So you can pick them up in our store, you can pick them up from one of our community partner pickup locations, or you can purchase them from one of our smart kiosk coolers. And these are, think of smart vending machines that have fresh meals in them that we would advise you on local businesses to target, such as hospitals, airports, large gyms, or anywhere that has a large amount of people that would be interested in purchasing our meals. And you can have a fresh vending machine, a smart cooler kiosk there to grow your business. So we're always looking into the future, and you're going to have a protected territory to grow that business. Our mission is to make healthier, crave-worthy food options convenient, affordable, and accessible to all. So healthier, of course, that's our base, that's our core, is that we want to offer healthier food options. But when we say crave-worthy, I want you to imagine these meals down here at the bottom. So the one all the way to the left is a chicken bacon ranch flatbread. That's something that's really, really popular. Then you have a cheeseburger bowl. Then you have a fresh salad here with strawberries, apples, pecans, and fresh cut lettuce. So these are all crave-worthy options. It's not just plain chicken and plain vegetables, but we offer these food options that meet a variety of different tastes and preferences, and it's not plain Jane. And then convenience. So do you want it delivered to your home? Do you want to pick it up at our store? Do you want to buy it from a smart cooler kiosk? Or do you want to pick it up from one of our community partner programs? And then affordable. We want to offer the highest value in meal prep and at an affordable price that is accessible to all. Our vision is to be the first and best choice for healthier food in communities throughout the nation. So wherever you're located, when people think healthy food, we want to be the first thing that comes to mind. And also we want them to confidently be able to say that UpFresh Kitchen is the best choice for healthier food in your community. What do we provide? Continued startup assistance. So from the time that you sign your franchise agreement, we're going to help you pick in a site to locate your business. We have detailed specs for the build out of your commercial space. Operations guidance. So like I said, you're going to get initial and ongoing training not only at our headquarters, but also at your location prior to grand opening. And you're going to have a confidential, detailed operations manual that's going to provide you with all the information needed to run your business. And this is really the lifeline of your business. If you have a question, it's answered in that operations manual. And also, you're going to have access to us via phone and email, as well as periodic site visits. Talking about our integrated technologies. So our industry-leading point of sale, back of the house, accounting systems, and online ordering lead to a streamlined operation with a flawless customer experience. Menu development. When you're eating healthy, you've got to have lots of different options. And what we provide is a simple, easy to follow menu with proprietary recipes from our corporate kitchens and the necessary connections to suppliers to ensure that the quality, safety, and consistency of your food is the same at your location and all of our franchise locations. We're going to consult you in professional marketing with assistance in social media, local public relations, and also web presence. You're going to have branded UpFresh Kitchen marketing program materials and campaigns. So a good example of this would be we'll provide you with digital media that you could use for your social media. If you need menus printed or maybe flyers to hand out, we're constantly developing those that we can help distribute to you so that you're not having to do this on your own. And then ongoing phone and email support, visits from our corporate team, and we're going to consult you in the areas that are most important to your success. Now, what are we looking for in a franchise owner? We're looking for someone who does live the lifestyle and that understands the importance of eating healthy and living that lifestyle. And it's important that our customers see you as a reflection of our brand. So we're not a bar or a pizza place or a burger place, and our customers expect our franchisees to be a reflection of our brand. So that's very important to us. It's also important that you're community minded, that you can be connected in your community and possess the skills to develop and maintain community relationships, to foster an environment of that network within your community, to grow those partner pickup locations and be able to grow your business within your community. And to be a leader, our owners must have the personality traits and professional skills to lead and develop a team in order to grow and manage your business. You can't run your business on your own, and you wouldn't want to anyway. So we're looking for someone that has those skills to develop their teammates. You must be willing and able to be present in daily operations and devoted to leading this business. So this is not a passive income opportunity. We are looking for franchisees who want to be present in the business. And then last but not least, finances. So potential candidates need to be financially positioned to invest in opening a franchise, and adequate capital is essential to being successful. Now we're going to talk about the two different franchise models that we have. The first is our full-scale model, which combines our restaurant and meal prep service as well as catering. This larger model provides two additional lines of revenue through restaurant service and catering, in addition to our robust meal prep business. Some of the features of this restaurant model is that the larger store can serve more customers with additional offerings, resulting in a potential for increase in revenue. You're able to attract a larger customer base to bring in potential customers that maybe wouldn't have been interested in the meal prep service if they'd not come in and tried your food first. And then you have a greater retail presence. So having the ability for someone to come in and eat in your store really allows you to grow your business and your brand awareness in your community a bit faster than if they aren't able to come and have a meal inside of your store. This is going to maximize the use of space and the equipment for maximum potential revenue. So there's only a few more pieces of equipment that you'll need to operate the restaurant, but you will need a little bit bigger building size, so 1,400 to 2,000 square feet. Now, the meal prep model focuses on growing the largest and most profitable line of revenue through delivery, community partner pickup locations, and our smart cooler kiosks. So the meal prep is always going to be the most efficient and most profitable line of revenue because all the meals are paid for in advance. You're able to manage your food waste so that there's relatively zero waste. And because we get paid for our food before we have to produce it, you can manage your labor on your meal prep very effectively. You're going to have smaller space requirements. There's going to be a little bit less capital required because the build out of your space is a little bit smaller, and there is some equipment that will not be needed for this meal prep only model. Your staffing requirements are going to be significantly less, and the operational efficiencies make it a lot simpler to manage. So the meal prep only model would be suited for someone who is looking for a slightly more passive opportunity. Now, this is still going to require you to be present, but this meal prep operation really, there's 2 days a week that are all hands on deck. And the other days can generally be completed with just a few other employees and does not require the level of skill needed for those 2 real heavy labor days. And you're going to have reduced utility costs. Your building size is going to be between 1,000 and 1,400 square feet, so a little bit less size versus the 1,400 to 2,000 square feet needed for the restaurant model. Training and operationally, as a franchisee, you're now part of a system, and it's vital that you adhere to our policies and procedures to maintain communication and uphold our system standards. And we're going to provide you with the tools and the training to help you succeed and uphold our brand known for quality. So if you're investing in a franchise, you see the value in being a part of a system. So we want to make sure that our franchisees want to follow that system. So if you're someone who wants to reinvent the wheel and you really have a a desire to do things on your own or kind of freelance, so to speak, then franchising may not be a good model for you, because we want to make sure that we have franchise locations that are the same throughout our system. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't want and value your feedback, because we do, but we want folks that want to follow a system and want to be a part of something that is uniform across the board. And if you have feedback and things that you'd like to bring to the table, we have processes in place to allow for that. And we will make changes based on the needs of our franchisees, but really looking for franchisees that want to be a part of a system. You're going to have checklists for everything. So we're big believers in checklists. So for site selection, during the construction process, to manage your inventory, for hiring, training, grand opening, and also for operations. So something that we're really proud of is every employee that works for you, and including yourself, you're going to have a checklist every day when you open and every day when you close, as well as checklists to follow during the operations to ensure that you don't forget important steps for food safety and opening your business. You're going to get training at our headquarters, followed by on-site training at your location for grand opening. And you're going to have ongoing training, manual updates, and of course, direct access to our corporate training team. A little bit more about the business model. So we talked about each of these, and we're going to just dive a little deeper here. So our meal plans is our largest line of revenue. Our meal prep service is what makes us unique. The orders are paid for in advance. The streamlined process makes producing thousands of meals possible in a day's work with minimal staffing. Our restaurant serves bowls, salads, wraps, flatbreads, and smoothies, and it's really sure to impress and make a great introduction to UpFresh Kitchen meal prep. So when people think healthy food, they generally have low expectations, and people are always blown away by the taste and the quality of our food, that they don't have to sacrifice taste in order to have a healthy, nutritious meal. And if someone comes into your restaurant and tries your food, we have grab-and-go meals that are available for purchase as an impulse buy. And a lot of our customers that visit our restaurant will take grab-and-go meals home with them, and then they may start ordering meal prep that gets delivered to them, if they're located within your region. Even though they may not come to the restaurant every week or every day, they can order meal prep meals to eat throughout the week. And then catering. So we have boxed lunches and lots of different offerings, salad bars, wrap trays, and more. And most of our customers for catering is doctors' offices, hospitals, orthodontists. A lot of our orders come from like-minded people like us that want to serve healthy options to their employees. This is our community partner program. So gyms and fitness centers, hospitals, wellness centers, corporate office buildings, anywhere where there's a big need for healthy food and people that are on the go. So this is an opportunity to grow your meal prep program, increase your loyalty and brand awareness. So you'll be able to develop these relationships and have coolers similar to this in your community, so that customers can order meal prep for pickup at convenient strategic locations within your territory. And this really creates a high customer retention through these community partner programs. So these are partners like gyms, and you create relationships with the owners and the trainers. And through those relationships, it really helps retain your customers, because those trainers are reminding the customers, hey, don't forget to order your meal prep. Super convenient. You can pick it up right here in our location. So when it comes to the layout of your space, we have all those answers to those questions. So what kind of equipment do you need? How do you lay everything out? And then just a little bit more about layout. The restaurant and meal prep model, again, is 1,400 to 2,000 square feet. Our meal prep only model is 1,000 to 1,400 square feet. You would ideally be located in a strip center with some retail traffic. And if you don't have relationships with commercial real estate brokers, general contractors, and so forth, we can absolutely refer you to our network of vendors that have done great service for us. One way that you can really save a lot of costs is if you're able to find a second generation restaurant that has existing and suitable hood systems, HVAC, and possibly some of the infrastructure such as plumbing and electrical that could save you upfit costs. We do have a relationship with an architect that will help design the layout of your space and will provide you with the required architectural plans and specifications to get your store built out. You have the option to use, again, our relationships with other vendors for construction management and bidding if you don't have those necessary relationships already. Let's talk about the value in UpFresh Kitchen. It's like 5 businesses in one. So again, multiple robust revenue streams, meal planning, grab and go, restaurant services if you choose to do that full model, our community coolers and smart kiosks, and then of course catering and events for hospitals, doctors' offices, or even family events that want to have healthy wraps and salads and so forth. So how much does an UpFresh Kitchen franchise cost? The total investment range is going to vary. And the reason for this large variance is the biggest thing that we don't know is how much will it cost you to build out your space, because that depends on what type of location is it. Has it ever been a restaurant before? Does it already have suitable HVAC systems in place? And also, how much tenant improvement allowance, if any, is your landlord willing to provide to contribute to the build out of that space? The investment range is shown here, but most of the time it's going to be between 300 and 400,000 for the meal prep only model, and will be slightly higher than that if you choose to do the full model. Now, this information is going to be listed in our FDD under item 7, which is typically the next step in the process, is that we would disclose you with our franchise disclosure document that will outline all of these. So how much of these franchise costs go to equipment versus the build out of your space versus costs set aside for your first food truck order, your first month's rent and working capital and so forth. And this is our corporate revenues, our gross revenue of 907,000 with a cost of goods sold of 312,000. That leaves you with your gross profit of 536,000. Now, depending on your level of knowledge with finances, I want to make sure you understand that gross profit does not equal net profit. So out of that gross profit, you still will need to pay your labor and your leasehold and your lease and some other expenses such as insurance and so forth. But what we're disclosing to you is if you follow our system, this is our corporate revenues. Yours may vary. It may be more, it may be less, depending on where you are and the desire for this type of service in your community, as well as how good of an operator you are. And if you follow our system, you will be able to generate a cost of goods sold through our supplier connections and how we price our products similar to ours, and generate a gross profit percentage similar to ours. Now, a lot of people ask, how much can I make as a franchisee? Well, we can tell you what our costs are and what you should be able to achieve as a cost of goods sold. And then your labor percentages are going to depend on how well you effectively manage your system. And usually that's going to be somewhere between 18 and 25% of gross revenue would be your labor. Now, if you are a hustler and you're willing to work, more hours than most, then you may be able to get that even lower. But as the owner, if you're kind of looking to leave every chance you get, then obviously your labor costs will be a little higher. And all of this information will also be outlined in our franchise disclosure document for your review. This is just a visual, again, showing that gross revenue, cost of goods sold, and your gross profit as well. What are the franchise terms? So this is a 10-year franchise agreement, and your ongoing fees. This first one, this is not a fee that comes to us. This is something that we require that you spend 1% of gross revenues or $500, whichever is greater, on local marketing and advertising in your area. So this is something that we would help you, and this would also be based on your discretion, but we want you to put some of your revenue back into your market to help with advertising and marketing specific to your territory. And then 1% of gross revenues goes towards our brand fund. So if you're not super familiar with franchising, the brand fund is something that is pretty much universal across all franchise systems. And this monies can only be used to develop the brand of UpFresh Kitchen. So what does that mean? This could be used towards developing marketing materials to distribute to you. This could be a TV commercial that benefits all of our franchisees. Or this could even be that we pay as the franchisor to put a billboard on the side of a highway somewhere that benefits our franchisees. And then the basis of franchising is the royalty fee of 6% of weekly gross sales. And what you're doing with this royalty fee is you're saying, I believe by investing in UpFresh Kitchen as a franchisee, that I am going to be far better off by utilizing their brand, their systems, their policies, procedures, and everything that comes with being a franchisee, that I'm going to be better off paying 6% of our gross revenues in return for the value that I get by being a part of a system. Financing options. ROBS, or rollover business startup, is very popular. And what you do in this is you can roll over eligible retirement funds to a 401k or traditional retirement account. And this prevents you from being penalized. Whereas if you just take money out of a 401k, you're going to be heavily penalized on taking that out. And this is a process that can help you avoid that. Other financing options would be SBA. You've got multiple different types of SBA loans, and the four main qualifiers is your credit score, cash injection, collateral, and burn rate. And burn rate is, do you have strong liquidity or outside income other than this business? There's two types of loans, SBA Standard 7A or SBA Express or Small Loan. And SBA is typically always going to be the cheapest cost of capital to the lowest rates, but they're also usually more difficult to get qualified for. Now, there are other types of lending, such as equipment loans, which we have vendors we can connect you with, and personal loans, but these are the most popular. If you're interested, I can make an introduction to one of our franchise partners, Fran Fund, and they can help find the best financing options for you. It's no cost for you to explore your options and speak with a dedicated franchise consultant, and they specialize specifically in ROBS, rollover, and SBA loans. So if you'd like for me to make that introduction, just let me know. What are the next steps? So really the next steps are going to be to start the review of the FDD and complete the full franchise application. After that, if we feel that it's a good idea to move forward with you and we're interested in further qualifying you, as well as you're interested in pursuing this opportunity further, we would start talking about what territory are you interested in and what discovery dates where we would invite you to our corporate headquarters to have a discovery day and meet our team, meet myself as the CEO, and ensure that you're going to be a cultural fit for our program, as well as you be able to taste our food, see our operations, and see what would it be like as a franchisee of UpFresh Kitchen. After Discovery Day, we would hold a franchisee approval committee meeting to decide, do we want to award the franchise to you as the franchisee? And likewise, you would be able to leave Discovery Day and hopefully know, is this an opportunity that I want to proceed with? Then after you sign the franchise agreement, we would start immediately working with you on site selection, working on construction, and getting all those vendor relationships put together, as well as planning for your training and soft opening of your business. Now, I know that was a lot of information, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. So I look forward to talking with you soon, and we will set up a call, and we'll be in touch.